Are you ready?
I am.
Are you ready?
I don't know what game this is.
Soon you will.
When it came time to pick a game for this year's Best of Show for Summer Game Fest, I kind of had a hard time. You know, I have some obvious ones, like you saw in the highlights clip, games that I have such a deep connection to, it's development teams that I'm really into now, you know. I had some surprises of things that, like, came out of nowhere to, like, and they're still in my head, you know, games I'm still thinking about long after all these shows have finished. But in the end, when it finally came down, we were all working together, right, trying to figure out our picks. And Fern said, why not this game? Isn't this blank? And I said, oh shit, you're right. And then it wasn't until I was, like, making the highlights video and I saw how I was reacting to that game in the moment that I realized how impactful it was, you know, then, now, and, like, how excited I am for it. My pick is the game that started a fun little trend here for this year's VGG SGF streams. That's right. The juicer itself, Constance,
No
is
way.
my pick
What the
That
hell?
game's got the juice.
for
That game's got the juice?
of SGF 2024. So let's get this trailer playing here in the background. Yeah, it is the game that we all just rewatched my reactions to this. I just immediately latched onto it for some reason. I mean, not for some reason. It looks stunning. That's the reason, right? It is a game that in the moment and afterwards brought to mind so many of my favorites. And honorary juice count in chat. It is a Metroidvania from a development team based out of Germany, Cologne, and Berlin. It's about an artist facing her inner demons and insecurities. She's trapped in her subconscious by them. She's working through these mental blocks. You're going through this world trying to help her get through that. And so immediately, I'm sure some of you in chat are going, wait a second, that sounds familiar. And that's because, yes, it's very reminiscent to me of VGG's first ever Game of the Year winner, which is Chicory, a game about an artist facing questions about her integrity, her ability as an artist, and, you know, doing that through, like, a fun little Zelda-like. This looks to be a very action-heavy Metroidvania with a platforming focus. So much so that it also brought to mind things like Celeste. If VGG was around, probably would have been a Game of the Year winner at that time. It brought to mind Hollow Knight, a game that I know people adore as probably their Game of the Year winners that year. It brought to mind Ghibli with the stunning frame-by-frame hand-drawn animation. It's just... In covering games for as long as I have, like, actually writing about games for more than a decade, like 12 years, 13 years, something like that now, there's, like, a game that there's just this inner thing where you see a game played, you see a game in front of you, and you just know it's got something, and that's what provoked me to be like, this has got the juice, and like, I cannot wait to get my hands on it, and I will. There's a demo out for it now, so I'm going to get my hands on it right away. I was hoping to be able to even play it, put some, like, footage together for you guys here. You can play it yourself at home. Another thing that's really interesting to me, the team is BTF Games. They are, they're based out of Germany. They are a team that is, they work across all the industries. They work on projects like documentaries, commercial work. They're working on a Disney Plus series. They're a multifaceted, like, artist collective, it seems like. Yeah, they're part of an indie collective that works on just, like, everything possible. And so it's really fun to see a team like that has such expertise in so many different fields, you know, coming together to put together a project in an industry that they're not necessarily, like, embedded in. they have put out a bunch of games, like a few games already, like the one point-and-click adventure game called Brook that looks really cool. But yeah, Constance is just it blew me away with its animation. The movement, the combat looks just so fluid, and you know it seems literal in some ways as you turn into paint here in some of these sequences and things. I'm blown away by it, and then you go and read about what the game actually is, right? You read about this internal struggle against your own mental health, your own self-doubt, and we always, you know, support games that are about and supporting mental health, and I cannot wait. This is a game that was not on my radar at all. I don't know if this was ever shown anywhere else before this. I don't think so. And I am all in, like incredibly all in on this, and it is the game that I am probably the most excited about from everything shown at this Summer Game Fest, at this week-long 800+ games and trailers, whatever it ended up being. This is the one that has me the most excited. Yeah, this is my best to show.
Bravo.
You guys have anything you want to say? I mean, I yapped quite a bit, but you have anything you want to say about it? Just now seeing it again, you know.
I think your yapping
Okay.
covered it, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I mean,
It looks great.
it looks great. This is
Nothing more to
exactly your type of game.
Yeah.
I will end up playing it at some point, but it's gonna be a game I want to watch you play it specifically. You know, just because it is. The more you get to see someone play it who's passionate about it and who's that excited about it, it's the better time you'll have. Yeah, I support what the game's about. I support everything about it.
Like I was, you know, saying some things there about like everything it's reminding me of is Game of the Year winners. So it's like I am putting it up on quite the high pedestal, but you know, I'll let you know after I play this demo, probably after the stream, how this feels. But I'm so excited. Shout out to the team in Germany. I cannot wait to get my hands on it beyond the demo. You know, hit me up, Nate at videogamesgood.com. No, we actually do have a connection here, so probably going to be seeing us cover this in some capacity down the line. Yeah, Constance.
Bravo.
Brava.
Best
Evan in
show.
chat saying this game looks awesome. Wish I could enjoy the comment in the game. It looks a little too much like Hollow Knight to make me not think I'd be completely ass at it. Yeah, I mean, in the reaction you saw, like I was saying that too, of like, this is gonna be one of those games, especially for the first like 3-4 hours. I'm gonna be like tentative. I'm gonna be not quite doing what I'm seeing here in this trailer, but I have that feeling that it's gonna be something where I am gonna be jumping around, going all wackadoodle, like doing these moves by the end of it and feeling so good. Like that there's nothing better than that feeling, right? When you play a game like this and you finally click and you're doing all these like things that make you feel so good. It's that Celeste flow state, right? Like that same thing of once I was really getting in there with Celeste and I was like clearing rooms that seemed impossible, like in one, you know, fell swoop. Like it feels so good, and I get the feeling Constance will do that as well. But okay,
Got the juice.
that was mine. Window goes away. My little guy goes away. Shout out again to Rinks, you know, getting to now really showcase in full high def resolution here, this little guy. Look at him. What I really appreciate about something that Rinks started last year and then has continued into this year is the implementation of our color scheme into these pieces of art is just so cool. And I love my little fancy mayor of VGG town kind of look and aesthetic here.
Can we talk about how your hair kind of makes the shape of the sea?
Yeah, at first I was mad because I was like, I'm covering the art, but it kind of fits in.
Mm-hmm.